It's the 40th anniversary of the DTM, and what a way to celebrate around the streets of Nuremberg at the mighty Norisring. It was Jack Aitken who started on pole position with Sheldon van der Linde alongside. The cars all filing out as they headed towards the windy and narrow turn one. Jack Aitken breaking out into the lead, Sheldon van der Linde coming under pressure from Mirko Bortolotti. The rest of the cars making their way around the Grundig turn. Aitken continued to stretch his legs at the front, but Sheldon van der Linde was keeping him in sight, as was Mirko Bortolotti. Kelvin van der Linde drifting around the chicane, but keeping the Audi pointing in the right direction. It left him vulnerable to Mauro Engel, who then challenged further to try and find a route past Kelvin van der Linde. Mirko Bortolotti just ahead of this battle. Out along the pit straight, the front two just breaking clear slightly, but René Rast was moving forwards through the pack, firstly challenging Kelvin van der Linde, and then Mauro Engel sweeping around the outside of turn one. Side by side they came, Mauro Engel fighting back, Kelvin van der Linde in there as well. Mauro Engel though outbraking himself and going straight on. He was able to rejoin, but he lost a lot of positions. With a lot of rain in the area, many of the drivers were holding on their mandatory pit stop in case they needed to change to wet weather tyres, but Sheldon van der Linde on the slick tyres having made his stop. Jack Aitken waited till the end of the pit window too, but he eventually had to pit for those slick tyres, but the rain then started coming down. Sheldon van der Linde had found a route past Jack Aitken, and Ricardo Feller was tracking him down as well. Sheldon van der Linde going very deep into turn one as the track got more and more slippery. These cars all on slick tyres. The question was, with 18 minutes remaining on the clock, who was going to take the gamble and come in for wet weather tyres? Mirko Bortolotti was one of them, the SSR team getting to work, but Jack Aitken back into the pits just a few moments after it stopped for dry weather tyres, having to come in for wet weather tyres. There were, however, 3 drivers who did not pit for wet weather tyres. They took the gamble: Engsler, Pereira and René Rast, all on wet tyres.
We box.
What is the left time?
Left times are 2 seconds faster.
We lost anyway. It's not raining.
Okay, stay out.
So the team had originally requested René Rast into the pits, but René Rast, the driver who knows how to deal with all conditions, choosing to stay out. With 6 3/4 minutes remaining, the 1, 2, 3 were all on slick tyres. The rest of the field scrapping over the positions with wet weather tyres. Marco Wittmann, the local hero in the wars with Lucas Stoltz. The rain was starting to come down again. René Rast needed this race to finish, and to finish quickly. Frank Pereira was sitting in for Christian Engelhardt, who's away for this weekend, but in that second place, he too on his slick shod car was ready for this race to finish. Sheldon van der Linde getting mugged by 2 SSR Performance Lamborghinis. Also in there was Luca Engsler. Kelvin getting involved as well. The 2 SSR Lamborghinis running side by side. Mirko Bortolotti and Nicky Tim battling for position, being very careful not to take each other out. But eventually it was Mirko Bortolotti who'd come out in front of that particular battle. Looking back from Bortolotti, you can see how close they got, but the slick-shod Luca Engsler car was able to sneak past both of the SSR Lamborghinis to steal that 3rd position away. With 23 seconds remaining on the clock, it was René Rast and Frank Pereira who were a long way ahead of this battle for 3rd place. Mirko Bortolotti trying to come back at Luca Engsler for the last of the podium positions, but Engsler had the car dialed in. René Rast taking a win, his first win of the season for Schubert Motorsport.
And we do just 1 cool down lap, just 1 maximum full save.
Frank Pereira came home in 2nd place, a great result for him, ahead of Luca Engsler. Nicky Tim in 4th place, Mirko Bortolotti, damage limitation in 5th, ahead of championship leader Kelvin van der Linde. Our pole sitter Jack Aitken all the way down in 9th place, but it was a win for René Rast, a 3 times champion, well and truly back in the championship hunt once again for Shoebuilt Motorsport in the BMW. That was our result. René Rast from Franck Pereira, Luca Exler, Nicky Tim, Mirko Bortolotti, Kelvin van der Linde ahead of his brother Sheldon, then Mauro Engel, Jack Aitken and Max Powell, the first to go onto wet weather tyres, coming home with a top 10 position. So the 1, 2, 3 celebrating on the podium, but very soon our attention will turn to tomorrow's race. We will be reaching the halfway point of the season. The championship couldn't be closer. At the moment, it's celebrations around the mighty Norisring, but we're coming back again tomorrow to do it all again.